rap for the first time. And it's like Little Pump, and I'm like, bruh, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, like I saw one that
What'd you just say?
I love.
I say, yeah, like the rock fans listening to rap for the first time, but the artist is Little Pump, and I'm just like, why? Of all the rappers, of all the greats, we have a top 50, bitch. Pick one of those albums. We don't care. Fucking.
I saw one.
Let's see. Are we live?
Listening to.
We back?
Are you? Let me go check.
It looks like it.
Let me go check.
I saw metalheads listening to Nas, I Gave You Power for the first time. That's one of my favorite videos on YouTube. That shit was.
See, I watch rappers listening to hard rock. Those are the videos I watch. You guys watch the opposite.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the opposite. Yeah.
I like watching guys who listen to rap, listening to like rock music. Yeah. And one guy said something.
I've seen a couple of that. I've seen a couple of those. Like a couple of dudes were listening to System of the Down.
Yeah, that's the one.
Chop Suey. Man, that experience. Ugh. So good.
A guy made his like mom or something listen to Chop Suey after. I think it was a guy or a woman. It's like, you gotta listen to this. I gotta make my mom listen to this. Like, and she actually liked it.
You know the funny thing about that is it got me back in the mood of listening to that song. And I think I drove to work with it playing in the radio. Playing on my car. And one of my coworkers got out and was like, "The fuck you know about that?" And I said, "Hey, listen." I said, "Wait." I said, "Wait." And it's one of my black coworkers who I didn't even think listened to rock, because every time I hear him, he's listening to like 80s and 90s R&B and fucking soul music. He's like, "What you know about Chop Suey?" "What do you know about Chop Suey, sir?" What you
Most people only know Chop Suey. They had a few other songs.
My favorite one is Violent Pornography. I love that. I don't know why. That one cracks me up.
Anyway, we're back. Let's get back. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
We back in this mud level.
Yeah, we were talking about something, but I shared I was just sharing the video so people could see the thumbnail, that if they want to check out that.
Just post the link in the chat if need be.
But
we're not risking it again.
I think I was saying you were talking about something Pokemon.
Oh, I was just talking about like the 3D games really made it painful for the lack of voice acting. And to me, the scene that everyone always brings up is the scene in Sword and Shield, where the guy's on the mic and he's singing a rock song, and all you see is a text box come up with the words of the song in it, and he's just mouthing to the
gibberish.
He's mouthing his heart out. He's like, and we're just like, I don't hear anything. Where's the lyrics?
You gotta at least have gibberish going on at that point.
No, we don't get shit, dude. We're deaf. That's why Pokemon fans can be deaf and be perfectly fine. I hate it here.
That's one reason I can't rock with Pokemon today, bro.
You don't speak in your games? The fuck is wrong with you?
And just like getting back to that,
your Pokemon has cries, but not the humans.
Another thing that stood out was the guy the freedom. Like he's like, I love just like the world storytelling. You know, just like seeing ruins, and then you talk to an NPC, and he tells, "Oh, there was a battle. Like the last great battle was here at the Hateno Fort." And I'm like, yeah, I mean that game's special. We know that, but sometimes it's nice to hear different perspectives. Like his wife play it, and she had her play style. The thing she did was just completely different than most like hardcore gamers. I hate to use that term, but like people who game all the time played that game, and then this person who's kind of new to game played it, did completely different things that no one would even think to do, because just new to the whole gaming experience.
Accent Visor, you always count on Visor to drop the beautiful facts.
Digimon?
Yes, Digimon World. Digimon over here.
Pal World have voice acting?
No.
Not to my knowledge.
That I remember now.
Is ZA going to have voice acting?
No, probably not. I think from what I haven't seen anybody talking that thing except for the narrator. So yeah.
And it's not like Breath of the Wild's filled with it.
You said what?
Who makes Digimon? Is that?
Damn. I gotta think of the games. Is that Bandai?
It's Bandai, right? That's what I was gonna say.
I want to say it's Bandai for the games because I know the anime is different. It's like, man, it's been a minute.
Wise, it's Bandai, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bandai.
So
Digimon's
company can't do what Bandai can do. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
It's not, which is funny because it's also funny because they've been working with Bandai for like some of their games. Like I think that Minecraft one. I think they're working with them, and then I think they also work with them with the new Pokemon Snap game. So it's not like y'all ain't just like, hey.
And do they do like
come here?
Do they do like high quality like cutscenes in any of the newer games?
Yeah, I would say there's some good cutscenes. There's some high quality cutscenes. My problem is there's just not. The problem is I would say Zelda's are better, but I think that's because Zelda's is more fluid.
I think
like,
well, it's a cutscene. It's still using the in-game visuals, so like that would take something away from it. With what was it? Scarlet and Violet, especially.
Scarlet Violet has some good cutscenes in it, but the problem is it's like a handful, and it looks really jarring in comparison to the rest of the game because it's like, hey, cool, look at this high quality cutscene. Oh, I fell through the floor. Oh, damn. Well, that's Pokemon for you.
You'd be rolling with this,
dude.
All right, so might as well get into it. 2 Xbox owners. I should have kept mine. I could have sold it for more.
Yes, you could have. And weirdly, to be fair, no one knew that this shit was gonna go this left,
like the 350
this quickly.
Was gonna be...
Nobody's gonna buy that bitch, by the way, at the higher price anyway.
No one's gonna buy it.
I figured the 350 was gonna kind of be a more common occurrence, especially during the holidays, and no, that was a
no. You know what we'll do? We'll get a Black Friday sale to put it back slightly above what it originally cost. So instead of $500, it'll be like $550. But what a deal, because it's normally $650. Like the fuck.
At this point, I don't know, man. I like you guys.
This is probably one of the worst string. So first things first, because T's been more ingrained in the ecosystem. I'm still relatively new in comparison. So so first thing, I canceled my fucking subscription like Friday. That Game Pass subscription is gone. I ain't doing this shit no more. And here's the thing. I wasn't gonna initially do it because I don't pay for the ultimate. I pay for like the middle tier. But I think I was streaming and I started working out the mathematics of like how much things cost and how much I'm really getting a deal in these games. And as I did the math, I got angrier and angrier, and I just kind of went.
You barely get through a game in a month, don't you? Streaming it if you have to stream.
I was breaking from what I pay. I was breaking even, but you know what hurt me? I still buy physical media, which defeats the purpose of having Game Pass. To me, Game Pass works at its best when you don't buy anything but Game Pass. That's it. Like if you buy, like give me an example. I fucking love Expedition 33. Amazing game. Played it through Game Pass. Well, now I want to own it. Well, why would I do that? I just played it on Game Pass. Well, because I still like physical media. So now I've spent an extra, what was it, 40? I think it's $40 or $50 physically. On top of the Game Pass, I'm spending $180 because I have the $15 tier. And I just sat and I went, damn. Same thing goes for like some of the other games I played, like Hi-Fi Rush. I ended up buying that. That was an extra $20 or $30. And I was like, and that was part of the problem. That's not the whole problem. The other problem is to me, to get the most out of Game Pass, you need to be playing like higher end games. Like playing indie games seems kind of dumb because if I'm spending $20 a month, well, most indie games are $20 anyway. Why would you just buy the indie game at that point? So to me, to get the most out of Game Pass, it has to be like $60, $70 games. But
it's
even if you
to buy, the fuck is
Silksong's cheaper than a month of Game Pass.
It's cheaper than a month of Silksong.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing, and what fucked me up is that when I started looking at that and going, so like, the only games that really could count to justify this would be $60, $70 games. Okay, cool. So if you got Ultimate before the price hike, I think it was $240 a year because it was $20 a month. That means you had to play at least 3 to 4 high-end games, and most casual gamers will play at least that much. Like that's like a GTA, that's like a Madden, and that's like a Call of Duty. Like you're good. Now with the price hike, you have to play, I think it's 360. You have to play at least 6 or 7 games. And no offense to casual gamers, they're not doing that. And the other problem is they would have to start counting the games to realize the justification. Well, and the moment you got to start doing that, no one can be bothered. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to add in, unless they're Fortnite people and also care about
Bro.
Ubisoft. If you fit in that tier, you fit in that specific tier, you good to go. Like this is.
And you know what fucked me? But you know what messed me up with those two? Yeah. These aren't. We're not talking about like Nintendo games that price doesn't change that much. We're talking about games that realistically will go on sale. They'll go on sale in the course of like 6 months. Like you'll like, I think Assassin's Creed will go from like 70 to like 40 by the end of the year.
Assassin's Creed, whatever the last one was. Well, not
Shadows.
Shadows, you know, you can get that bit for 40 or something like that. I've seen it. But all the other ones, them bitches like 15.
Well, and then see,
you can get all them bitches for nothing.
And so I'm like, so even the $70 games I'm playing day one on Game Pass, if I had just waited 2 or 3 months, I could have got it for a lower price and then still not be paying 3 or 4 months worth of Game Pass in the background. So as I kept going through it, I went, who the fuck is this for? Because it's not really for core gamers who buy games brand new day one, because it's not for anybody who buys games. So I'm like, okay, it has to be for gamers who don't play a lot unless it's in like bursts. Okay, I kind of get it, but if they're already kind of lapsed gamers in the first place, they could just wait a couple more months and get like 3 or 4 games for 20 to 40 bucks, and you probably would still make out about the same anyway, and at least then you would own the game. And I kind of, and once I went through the process, I went, This is ass. This is ass. And I'll let T go because I want to say one last thing though. This is like the cherry on the shit sundae, because you went through 2 price hikes this year. You're about to release a handheld and you're about to release a handheld that ranges from $600 to $1,000. You just up the price on the streaming service. You've essentially made, and then on top of that, we had layoffs. We had fucking layoffs and studio closures. And you're just like, I don't think you wanted to succeed this year, buddy. Like, I feel like that's how I felt about it, realistically. But I'll let T go because
I just want to mention something based on what you said. If somebody was just going to play Call of Duty like my brother-in-law, I think even at $20 a month, but they were already paying for online, which was what, $60 a year.
Yeah.
So if you subtract the $60 a year to the $240, then that's $180. It still didn't make sense for just the Call of Duty guys to have Game Pass. It definitely doesn't make sense for the Call of Duty guy who's just going to play Call of Duty all year, in the new one because they don't have to buy the new game. But if you're paying $360 a year, you might as well buy the damn new game. And
it would have been cheaper. You could have got the special edition at that point and still probably save money. Right. So But I will have his piece for it. So,
well, I mean, I guess the thinking, if you're a Call of Duty guy, maybe you like Doom as well. I mean, this year, before this fucking price increase, I think Game Pass is a beautiful value. But sadly, I think you have to be a dude who plays a ton of games all the time, or gal, whatever, a person who plays a ton of games all the time to get the complete value out of this. I have a student who I know had Game Pass, and I was worried for him because his family doesn't have a lot of money, and I'm like, they increased the price of Game Pass. I don't know what you're gonna do, or whatever. He came back the next day and was like, well, my mom already paid for it. She says, it's still good because he has a Series S, so he doesn't. Like he's a kid. He don't care about owning games, none of that shit. He just wants to play his games, even though they're technically not his games. Obviously, as long as he has access to them, that's all he cares about. So I think for a certain group of people, like I think for parents, it's still a pretty good value.
But what about
have to think, I gotta buy this game. I gotta buy that game.
Down? Like, is there
there's a $10 there's a $10 tier. I thought it was 10, 15, and now 30, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 10, 15, and 30.
So maybe the $10 tier would be fine.
I don't know. I haven't really asked him. It's not really my business. But I don't know if everything he's been playing right now is offered on that tier. That's another thing. It just is. This is going to add confusion.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that if you want to play Call of Duty, you have to have Ultimates. You have to have the $30 tier.
And here, like at the end of the day, I get it. I mean, they lied. They definitely lied when they had the trial or whatever. they lied and said the price wasn't going to go up. All this shit. Lena Khan is feeling vindicated right now. Shout out to Lena Khan, former.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been bad if it wasn't $10 more. If it was like
Right.
$5
or
$2 to $3, $2 to $5, it would have still not been great, but it wouldn't have been like, dog, what the fuck, y'all.
I said to myself, my cutoff is $25. I'm not going any higher than $25 a month. I think it's worth it at $25, but at this point, it's an accumulation factor. Like you were talking about the layoffs, you were talking about the price increase. Bitch, I haven't really said it, but goddamn it, if Perfect Dark didn't break my soul, that's
something. You had game cancellations on top of that.
That was the last straw for me. I was like, I can't even defend this shit anymore. After Tango Game World, like after them,
that was a hard
enough pill to swallow. Because fucking, I was about to say High on Life. Hi-Fi Rush. Mixing them up. Hi-Fi Rush was like, it's still a phenomenal game. It just threw me back to like late 90s, early 2000s. Beautiful fucking game. And it was just sad to see that studio go. After you didn't leave them the fuck alone. After you acquired them, you just tossed them to the side like nothing. But I think for me, it was Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark broke me because I saw that gameplay demo. It looked amazing to me. I was like, oh yes. And then it was just gone. And I'm like, fuck you guys.
I was
like,
worried about that game when they brought in, they had to bring in Crystal Dynamics after.
Yeah, I was worried about it at that point. But it felt like they were still, because they did go through the process of bringing in Crystal Dynamics. I was like, oh yeah, that is a perfect fit for what you're trying to do, and it still wasn't good enough.
Except having two different studios try to work together.
Yeah, but that broke my soul. But I literally bought this bitch for Game Pass. I bought this bitch because my Steam Deck couldn't do what this does. That was a big reason. Was that I can take my fucking Game Pass on the go, and that was a huge selling factor for me for buying this. Obviously, there were other reasons, but that was a main thing, and this was my portable Xbox at this point. But again, with everything that's happening, and
remember, we got our first $80 game in was it Outer Worlds 2? I think is it this month or next month? I forget.
No, they pulled back on that price because.
Oh, did they?
They pulled back on that price almost immediately. They were like, maybe not with this game. They're gonna do it. They're gonna drop $80 game.
Outer Worlds 2 is not the game to do it. I'm sorry.
Right, Outer Worlds 2.
No, it wasn't. It was not.
And I think that's the only reason they changed their minds on that, because that's just not the game to do it with. But I mean, again, this year I can't even remember all the games. You have Doom: The Dark Ages. You had South of Midnight. You have obviously there's if you're on the Ultimate tier, you get you get Madden, you get Call of Duty, where you got Call of Duty at $20. But here's the thing: I never paid whatever. I don't even remember what was it, $18.99 or whatever it was. I don't even know what it was because I never paid that. I always got discount cards through like I forget the gaming website I use. I always paid like $13-14 even for Game Pass a month, and I had them all stacked. Like I didn't even start paying until recently because I had like over a year's worth of cards that I bought in late 2023. So I haven't even. It's been out of sight, out of mind for me. I haven't paid for Game Pass. I'm definitely not paying $30 a month. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And then who knows
I don't play enough games. I don't have enough time.
Price hike will be the next price hike could be
what
6
I already
months
did.
from now. 6 months.
I went out. I bought Forza Motorsport. I bought Forza Horizon 5 because I don't have these games. I bought all these games physically. I bought South at Midnight because it's gonna run out in a few days. I think mine goes out on the 13th.
No, I had to buy Hollow Knight straight out before I canceled it because I was like,
Again,
I don't like the pressure of trying to rush to beat this game, so I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna be like, all right. So all the games that I've been playing in Game Pass, I just went out and bought them. I mean, I was gonna buy them anyway. You say that Game Pass is only good for people who don't buy games, or care about having physical games. For me, as a collector, it was beautiful because I could just buy physical games and never open them bitches and have sealed copies. So that was a benefit for me specifically.
I think the problem, I think my core issue is that Game Pass went from something that you could say was more for a general audience, and now it's become like more and more niche. And I'm like, for something like that, that isn't what you want. Why have this crazy service that offers all these games for like a monthly cost and only have like, you know, a couple thousand people get into it? Like, your goal should be to have everybody get into it. And I think my biggest, and I think the core of all of this is, it feels like they hate the box that they made, because it feels like everything they've done has undercut owning an Xbox itself. You know, your laptop's an Xbox, your toaster's an Xbox, your fucking Tesla's an Xbox, but don't you buy that Xbox Series at all, you fucker.
Series is the best console. That's the saddest part, is that the Series is the best console hardware-wise they've ever made.
Oh, I agree. I agree on that. I will agree on that.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful device. It's beautifully built.
But don't you fucking buy it. Don't you dare buy it.
And it's just like, what is wrong with this company? Like, what is mentally wrong?
Well, and let me weigh in here, because first of all,
go for it.
I had PlayStation Plus for a couple years, and I did the same thing as you guys. The games I played and enjoyed, I ended up just buying either a physical or the digital version to have, because I got rid of PlayStation Plus, and I still wanted to like be able to play some games if I wanted to go back to it, because I had the save files, and I'm like, yeah, if I just paid for a month, I could replay this game, but why not just buy Axiom Verge 2 for $8 or whatever during the I forget what time of year it was, maybe it was a holiday sale. I'll buy I forget the other one I got, because I have the save file, I have the time into it. That's, for me, I've always been, Game Pass to me was always like, get it for a month, play the game, or play a few games that you're looking forward to, that you weren't sure you wanted to buy. I never understood the just do the yearly thing. I don't understand that for Netflix or Hulu or any of these, Disney Plus. I've never used any of those services that way. I just pay, watch. It depends on like when I was first on Netflix. Yeah, there was a ton of stuff to watch, so I had it for a while. But now I just get it. Arcane Season 2 came out. I got it for the 1 month. I watched it, and I didn't renew. That's how I've always used these services, other than Amazon.
And that's how I'm going to use Game Pass going forward. Like,
I think
that I didn't cancel. What I did was just like in my auto renewal. You know, that's just not going to happen. I'm not going to. So if, let's say, 2 games come out in a month, then I'm like, all right, I definitely want to play those. I'll pay for it then, because $30 to play 2 games. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. And most likely I'll make it to where I can definitely beat these 2 games, or even 1 game at $30 for 1 game. It's still a good deal, because games are $70,
but
$80.
I'm sure there's plenty of people who just let it auto renew, and then maybe like
don't even think about
went a month without even playing a game. But another thing which we already talked about was the Silk Song. It really diminishes, Silk Song's day and date. But yeah, if you already have Game Pass, you're already going to have it, you were already playing other games, yeah, that's a nice addition. But at the same time, if you're thinking like, maybe I'll get Game Pass for this game, well, obviously now the price of the game's cheaper than a month of Ultimate. If you want to
you might as well just buy that's why I said for smaller titles, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I don't know. Get it for indie games.
I don't know who this person.
Who?
What is it? Lelouch Amin? I don't know.
Lelouch? That's probably Lelouch.
I don't have my glasses on.
It's a Code
He
Geass
said he
reference.
heard that COD on Game Pass, Microsoft lost $300 million. I don't know where that info came from. If that's
no, I've heard that. That's probably right.
That doesn't surprise me.
So what would it because people weren't buying the game? They lost it on game sales.
Yeah, probably. Because if you already had it, then they wouldn't have gained any more sales. Like if people already had Game Pass for a year, you didn't gain sales when Call of Duty came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew they were going to lose money on the sales of potential buyers from Xbox side who have Game Pass, right? Again, that's kind of still a niche, but they knew they were going to lose. What they thought is that, oh man, Call of Duty, everybody's going to jump into Game Pass for Call of Duty, and that shit did not happen.
Yeah.
It just didn't. The needle didn't move enough. They got.
I'm sure they gained some,
big
but not.
Yeah, they gained, but I think they were expecting like a massive gain.
Yeah, it wasn't what they thought it was going to
What's
be.
300
like,
million
okay,
divided by?
we'll lose this money,
$60.
but in the long run, we have all these new subscribers and shit. Like, and then we'll make our money back on the back end. I just think that didn't happen in the last couple of years. They've had it, and it's just like.
Well, also, the other thing I think people got to realize, Call of Duty is never. I don't think Call of Duty has been dominant on Xbox specifically since like the 360 because people kind of transitioned to. Still, I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm saying is when you're not the dominant console, people tend to buy third-party games on the dominant console. So in this particular situation, there are probably more players on PlayStation who are just like, well, Game Pass doesn't mean shit to me. It's not on PlayStation. I'm gonna just get the game and play with my friends on PlayStation, and then I have the game.
It's not about you can lure people to Xbox with Call of Duty because everybody who people are dug in.
You're not switching systems at this point.
You're not switching systems for. It's still a good deal, but it's not good enough to make you switch systems.
Especially now that the console that it's on is fucking $650.
Exactly.
That's what I'm like. You went out of your way to shoot yourself in the foot. That's what it felt like to me.
But also,
like what?
Like I said earlier, it's more expensive to play Call of Duty on Game Pass for a year of Ultimate. Like it's literally more expensive.
Well, that's all you're playing, of course.
Yeah, well, that's all my. That's all the.
You have to be in that niche of people who play their Call of Duty, like some Madden, because you can play Madden as well, and you care about old Ubisoft games, and you also like to play certain.
Yeah, well, I know three Call of Duty only. They don't play anything but Call of Duty every year. I have to listen to them every family meetup.
Call of Duty shooter guys aren't really jumping around on shooters because you have a certain feel. That's any shooting game. I think it's hard to jump back and forth between. You can't go,
but Battlefield 6 is apparently catching fire with the beta. We'll see.
I agree with that on Matt Jazz. Honestly, if Call of Duty was exclusive to Xbox, that would have been a more.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do it, that's what you should have done. You should have went in and like, hey, fuck y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Because that would have been a real power play, honestly.
Then you would have got people to jump over there. That's
because they had no choice. They would have no choice.
So
when they liked it, but they would have done it because they're dug into Call of Duty, but they didn't have the balls to do that, and they were afraid of the FTC and afraid. Well, and I get that. I mean,
apparently PlayStation brings in $1 billion a year just in like microtransactions. I don't know if that's
and that's why you want to give that money up.
Of course,
true. You didn't want to lose that money, and I understand that.
So the place I worked for was bought off. Said it many times. We actually had the head guy stopped in to our little facility. They talked about all the mistakes they made over the years and kind of destroyed our company. And one of the first mistakes they made was not hitting our sales targets, our revenue goal. So instead of like trying to boost sales, they did like 3 price increases in 1 year. We never even did them annually. We only did them if the manufacturer raised the price of that specific line of product. We did 3 price hikes in 1 year to try to hit our sales goal. Talk about artificially hitting your sales goal. So we did a 6%, and then we did another 6%, and then we did like a 7%. And we total that up in a year, and you're at 19% from start of the year to the end of the year price increase. We lost so many damn customers. Our sales start off, it helped for about 3 weeks till people figured out what we did, and then our sales went down like that. I wonder if this was we didn't hit our Game Pass like numbers we wanted, so the only way we're going to hit it is to do a price increase. I don't know if that was the motivation. Shareholders the guy, like I said, the president of the corporation, he said he's got 3 things to consider as CEO. He's like, I got the shareholders, I got the employees, and I have the customers. He's like, it's a balancing act of trying to please all 3, make all 3 happy. And he's like, it's difficult. I ain't gonna lie, it's really tough. And it's like, yeah, I don't know what shareholders ever did. Like any business that adding shareholders actually improved the business. I'd be curious to find out in history which ones were actually improved by adding shareholders to the mix. But I wonder if that was the motivation. We got to hit these numbers, and we're not going to get the subscriptions.
It wouldn't
They should've spent
surprise me.
Xbox off into its own thing and not brought it into like the
Yeah,
Microsoft
essentially what
fold.
they've turned Xbox is now less of what it was when it was first conceived, and we've essentially it's going to devolve into, well, you know, Microsoft Xbox branch. Like it's not like Xbox is its own thing, and oh, by the way, it's owned by Microsoft. No, it's just Microsoft divider Xbox. Like it's just right there. And as a result, I just genuinely think we're at the point now, because I think there's been rumors going around recently. We're not even gonna get another console, which at this point I kind of guessed anyway. When you make everything else an Xbox,
they've talked it up for a while,
AMD.
but
why though? What's the point if you doing all the
like they can't just say, oh, sorry, AMD, look, can we scrap that contract?
Yeah, because they said it was going to be the largest like leap in hardware ever, like crazy talk, like over a year ago.
How much is that bitch going to cost?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
2 terabyte costs $800-something. What is that bitch going to cost?
That's still
I mean,
wild to me.
PS6 is going to be expensive. I mean, there's no question it's going to be.
I mean, they're all going to be expensive, but you're expensive and your Xbox. You don't have the brand.
Yeah, you don't even have the brand recognition anymore. They've killed out a lot of their goodwill for some of their mainstays. Yeah. Like they haven't been gaining fans; they've been losing them over the course of like 2 or 3 generations. So it's just. It just made me mad because I was like, bro, why do you have this box out? Just discontinue the box. If we're going to do this weird shit where you're going to make it unnecessarily expensive, present a handheld that's also relatively expensive, and then also make the subscription service you've been pushing for years more expensive. I'm like, bitch, where's the money you think you're making? And they crashed the site through cancellations.
We're not going to lose any money. We may not have crazy new profits, but we're not losing money on this hardware. That era is gone.
But what if you want to increase your Game Pass subscriptions? You think having more people own your hardware would be the number one priority? Like, I know
their priority isn't their hardware.
I know, but if Game Pass subscriptions was their future plan to have 60 million Game Pass subscribers paying whatever $15 to $20 a month to just keep them.
We wouldn't be here if that happened.
They were just keeping them going, but how are you going to have 60 million if you don't have 60 million Xboxes out there?
Well, I wonder how much. But I was going to ask. I wonder how much money they actually made, considering the way people got into Game Pass was through those, buy in with $1. Like how many of those? How many of those early subscriptions were actually the full $10, $15, $20 that you were putting out for? Because at this point it kind of feels like you took a hard L on money in the beginning to get a uptick in subscribers, and then thought, now that their feet are dug in, we can raise that price and they won't bat an eye. And then you went up by 50% and said, oh, that's fine. What?
It's just that it's the amount of shit they just lied about. They're like,
it's so bad.
Like, I feel bad because I don't think Phil Spencer he is a game guy. I don't think he has anything to do with these things. I don't think Sarah Bond they're not making decisions. It's Satya Nadella making decisions right now. And they said, we bought Activision Blizzard. This is your timeline. I need 60 million Game Pass subscribers within the next couple of years. That shit did not happen. So a lot of the stuff that Phil Spencer, I don't know if you remember the business podcast they had or whatever, where they're like, we're going to do, it's going to be these 3 games. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean we're going to do all blah, blah, blah. That's already gone. That's already became a lie at this point, because it's not these 3 games. They put out so many more games since then, and it's worked out for them. But I still contend they fucking lied about Nintendo Switch and Call of Duty. They lied. Mm-hmm. It's a complete lie.
I told you guys.
At this point, I would agree.
It was Switch 1. Because they said, oh, we're going to open up Game Pass, not Game Pass, we're going to open up Call of Duty to 100 and whatever Switch was at that point, 120 million more players. They had billboards in the UK and shit, all about that. 120 million new players. And they were talking about Switch owners.
Yeah.
And we still don't have a fucking Call of Duty for
we talked
Switch
about it like a week or a month ago. I was like...
And it's just been such bullshit.
If Call of Duty was going to happen on Switch, it would have happened. We would know about it. It's not going to just be a stealth drop.
Yeah, it would at least been announced even if it was out.
You don't have the install base, so it's like you lost that install base if it's not gonna.
Yeah.
You've essentially burned a bunch of your fan base on top of other potential customers, and now it's at the point where I'm like, bro, just leave. Like low key, that's where I'm at with it. Like just, bro, because like I feel like, and don't get it twisted. Like there's a reason why I've always made this argument that like I will have faith in you when you give me some line of reasoning to justify me having faith in you. The same thing I always say with Nintendo and third parties. I'm like, once I get a consistent stream of third party games that look good and look like effort was put in, cool. I'm not worried about third party anymore. Same thing for Xbox. Once you give me a string of like a good chunk of first party games with no issues, we're Gucci. And now the company said, well, you know, the games will be okay. The ones we actually put out, though, the ones in development. So we'll see what Fable looks like, because I'm not incredibly positive on that one either. I'm like, you've been lying a lot this year and doing all this crazy shit.
I got a lot of faith in Playground, but I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be good.
I was just thinking about something. So I don't remember if it was during when we were on air before. I was talking about my work buddy who's all about Windows phones back in the day, and he still installs a Windows interface on his Pixel.
Why?
The Windows phone failed. It was they never had the app support. It's like Microsoft. Why can't you get Snapchat on a Windows phone? What's holding it up? Who knows? I don't know what the reason was. That failed. Then I don't know if it was 2016 specifically. Maybe it was 2015. Remember when Windows 10 gaming? They thought people were gonna start just leave Steam and buy everything on Windows 10. I remember Robert bought Call of Duty on Windows 10, whatever one it was. There was only like 5 people online total, because everyone bought it on Steam. And before that was even like proven successful or failure, they committed to a game. That's when they announced Quantum Break was going to be day and date on Windows 10 PC and Xbox, and that was the big marketing push for the next 2 E3s was Windows 10 and Xbox exclusive. Remember those taglines? No one bought games on Windows 10 store, like, because there wasn't any users on there, like especially multiplayer games. I ended up buying a couple games on there, so I could play them on the Xbox, but that was a failed enterprise, if you will. The cloud gaming was supposed to be this huge thing that took, gave them an edge. Now I know the cloud gaming works pretty well. The couple times I used it.
Yeah, they're offering what is it? They're offering, is it 4K? No.
4K.
Maybe it's 2K for
streaming. Just never. Google tried it and failed. Like it's not a bad thing to have, but
I don't think it was a problem with the games or so whatever streaming. I don't think it was a problem with people not caring about that. I just think Google's fucking setup was horrible.
Yeah,
their subscription setup was not great.
And it sounded promising. You buy the game on Xbox, and you get it on Windows 10 if you bought it digitally, and then you can play it on the cloud. That sounds great, except no one cared about the Windows 10 store. It's just like how Epic has. Right. They're still not going to be profitable for how many years they said like 2030 before they plan to be profitable with all the free stuff, all the money padding they did to get games exclusive to the Epic store. It's hard to pull PC gamers away from Steam. It just is.
Well, yeah, how much better would that have been if they said on Steam as well? Like, I think that would have went way.
They also tried their own Twitch.
They want to get you on their store.
What was Microsoft's version of like Twitch streaming, where they hired Ninja and gave him like $10 million?
Oh, Mixer.
Mixer. Yeah. They just have a history of trying to do their own thing and get people just on their. I mean, I guess it's not as an executive. It probably sounds good, but
it's their version. It's their version of well-established things already.
They don't want to build the shit up. They want to skip all these steps and be right with everybody
because
else.
Microsoft's big thing has been buying shit. And people, I said it in my video I did a while back about my problem with Xbox. Xbox doesn't make shit. Xbox buys shit and then kind of just gives it back to you as their thing. Like, that's what they did with their gaming. Like, I think someone put in the comments earlier, Microsoft doesn't make games. Microsoft buys studios that make games for them. And by the way, that's not intrinsically a bad thing, but that's all they do. And so what you end up getting is a bunch of gambling where some of these studios will produce quality products. I think the 360 era got a lot of those, and then you come down to today, and it's a crapshoot of whether or not you're going to get a Hellblade 1 or a Hellblade 2 or things in that nature. They don't buy. It feels like all they do is just kind of purchase infrastructure and kind of just slap a Windows sticker on it and say, "This is what you should be on," without really realizing that shit's ass. Like, why do you think I like Steam so much? Steam is easy, it's straightforward, it cuts all the BS.
It's
I gotta fucking
all your games, all your friends list, all in one place.
I ain't gotta log into Microsoft 365 or some shit to
It's a pain in the ass.
I'm surprised they didn't try to do their own YouTube or something, you know? Like, it's just have Twitch on your platform and maybe get a cut of the donations or something, you know? And don't try to make, I guess I can't blame them for trying, because at that point I don't know that I
don't really blame them
for that one, because I think at that point Twitch was successful, but
trying isn't my. I'm not blaming them for trying. I'm blaming them for trying poorly. Like it's all the same goofy, like, buy something and then kind of slap a Windows or Microsoft sticker on it and then just kind of let it rock. And I'm like, that's not. You actually have to build the fucking infrastructure. You have to like take constructive criticism.
Early 90s, by the way.
Oh, agreed. Agreed. And that's why they've been suffering as a result.
Microsoft Office, they didn't make that shit. They bought the fucking.
Yeah. They didn't have the legacy of like Nintendo still has people there that were there in 1985 to still be mentors to the young generation are our age, like 40s and 50s, like.
You know what I just realized, and I just noticed this. I didn't realize that the Microsoft Store just has the same apps we use normally, but you just download them from the store. Like, there's a Microsoft Store version of Discord, and my brain was like, when was this a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
What other version would you have? That's just the app. That's the Discord app for the computer.
But what? No, but like when you get into the store, that's supposed to be through the.
It's just the it's just the Windows Discord app. You just get it. It's the same one. It's just you just go to the store to get it. That's what I did. Instead of going to Discord's website and downloading it for Windows, you just download it.
That's what I. Oh, okay.
It's the same app. It's just located in the Windows Store, as well as going. Like, I haven't gone to like a website and downloaded like their app in forever. Like, I just
really, that's all I do. I never go through. I didn't even know the Windows Store did that shit because I never used it.
I don't know how many actually have apps though, but like my Windows Mail, my Open Office, what else do I got? iTunes is through the Windows Store app. But it's just the same thing. It's just if you went to the iTunes.com or whatever, downloaded the Windows 11 version of iTunes, it's the same. It's going to be the same thing. But actually,
gotcha. Sorry, I ain't mean to deviate. I just saw it.
Yeah, it's like everybody, PC gamers or PC users in general, Windows 10 and 11 have been really good. Like, there hasn't been any major issues. Like 8 had some issues.
8 was problematic for a hot minute.
7 was really good.
Oh, yeah.
They're good at the software side, even though like I said, my buddy at work, he's a die-hard Windows guy, and it's still crazy though, because like when my microphone got quiet, there's the old control panel from like Windows 95 or whatever is still part of Windows 11. It's just hard to find. You have to like search for it, and in there is the same icons for your microphone, for your speakers. You go to a recording, and then there's my microphone. I selected it, go to levels, and it dropped it from 92 down to 50. The old control panel of stuff is still the basis of Windows 11, and I don't think they can never start fresh, because these have to.
They haven't.
Your computer has to work with whatever you plug in it. If you plug in a mouse, a Logitech mouse from 20 years ago or 10 years ago, they want it to work, so they have to. They just keep building.
They want to get. The kicker is that Windows wants to get. They want to get rid of the control panel. They just can't, because it's so ingrained into the structure of Windows that it's like even now, like 11 looked like it tried to move a bunch of shit over. Like if you go to the control panel now and click something, it'll take you to like the settings screen.
Yeah,
they've been slowly trying to integrate shit, but that backbone is so strong. It's like fuck. what do I do? And
I
it's like,
created a desktop shortcut for the old.
I want to reiterate something here because I think because there's a lot. I mean, whoever making anti-Xbox videos right now, you're eating. Y'all out there eating. And I get it, but at the end of the day, Xbox is super profitable. They made more money than they've ever made at this point. They're making more money. They're not about to go away. But like a lot of people have been saying, I don't know if they really believe that.
Well, at this point, they can't. They got all these major studios. They can't just close.
I never believed in them going away.
They're just not Xbox anymore. Like, it's really sad because next year is the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and it is so far
Happy birthday.
It was in 2001, 2002, what Xbox was, and during the 360 era, it is so far removed from that, and that's the saddest part.
Isn't this the 20-year anniversary of the 360 this holiday?
I think it is.
That's
yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it was 2005. Yeah, you're right.
2005. Yeah.
I think one of the other issues is obviously the hardware, like the naming convention is just weird, and obviously we had talked about 100 times the Kinect.
They got lost.
Forcing the Kinect and the TV, like that again. They wanted your Xbox One to have your cable box plugged into it and control your cable box and shit.
Auxiliary.
Just be a fucking game console. Like, you can have cool stuff, but why would you want to plug your cable TV into it? Like, it's just they have these ideas.
I'm not gonna act like I don't get it. Why they thought that, because at that time, like, cable was booming, like cable streaming, all that stuff was booming.
They took a gamble and they lost. That's really what it was.
Always gonna be that, but
why would you need another device, the middleman device, to like cut in between it? Like, yeah,
you wouldn't. It should have been what PlayStation does, where PlayStation it was in the PlayStation, but like it wasn't the main draw. The problem is that was like the main thing. Like, it'd be like, damn, the new Halo's had on this. Oh, and I guess I can watch Netflix on here too. Like, it should have been things like that. What it was when that presentation was, well, you can watch the game on here. Oh, and I guess play a video game or some shit. But that's but go watch the new games with the Giants and some shit. I'm just like, God, I feel like you missed the boat.
Nintendo tried that shit too.
Yeah, no, they did. Agree. I always make the argument that PlayStation 4 only was successful as it was, partially because you had two companies that fucked up back to back. I don't think it's because PlayStation was intrinsically better. They just were nowhere near as bad as their competition in that context. And they also went last, if I remember right. They went last.
Yeah.
So
they also made like smart choices. I don't know if you guys remember this. Part of it wasn't just the game sharing thing. They went up on stage and said, "Listen, we talked to all the developers because the PS3 was a huge issue for developers. They had trouble developing the cell processor. We said, what do you guys want? We want x86. All right, we'll do it. We need 8 gigs of RAM. They said they were going to go for 4 or 6 or whatever. They did the 8 gigs of RAM. We want it easy to develop for, and we wanted these features, and they did it. They said it on stage, and I was thinking, at the time, I didn't think too much of it. I just remember it stood out to me as like they just basically listened to the developers. What do you want? This is what we're going to give you, and it made it the lead platform. And
it's that like, simple.
Yeah, I wish
Remember Nintendo DS? DS stood for what? It stood for dual screen.
Yeah,
but it also stood for developer system. Nintendo was super like into like asking developers what they wanted on that. And how many units did that bitch sell?
Yeah, and it got the library was ridiculous.
Got tons of games because they did what developers wanted them to do. And it's really that simple. Stop trying to make them and pull them into your thing, and just give them what they want at that point. Because that's what they're gonna. They're gonna make their lead platform the one that's the easiest to develop for.
It's fine. You fix. The Xbox One S came out and fixed all the issues, but it's too late. But even though we thought it, completely bombed, it did like 55, almost.
No, but I think the problem is they've been on a consistent decline for 3 generations. You went from the 360, then you dropped down to the 360. So what, over 100 and something mil, right?
It was 80.
Or 80? It was 86. You went from 86, you went to 50, and then you went to 50, and I think we're like, what, in the 30s now?
30s, I think. 32.
You were in like Last time I saw it was 26, but I'm just trying to
No,
be a little.
I think it's around 33, 30, somewhere around there.
But the point is, you've been on it.
Isn't bad if you're the N64.
Yeah, that's true. But you're on a steady. You've been on a steady decline for pretty much the last 2 generations. I won't say 3. I'll say 2. I don't think really any company drops the ball for 2 generations in a row, and it's like I'm about to come out and kill this one, huh?
Sega did not 2 generations. Well, 2 generations plus a couple add-ons to the.
Yeah, but we saw where that led. We saw the end result of what happened with all that. But
again, nuance. It wasn't the hardware's fault. Maybe you could say the Saturn was. But the Dreamcast was a fucking phenomenal system.
I think the problem it took them too long. Yeah, they took too long to get to where they needed to be, and they couldn't hold out long enough to make money. Yeah. The problem, I guess, and in that way, you could say they're similar.
It's almost worth $4 trillion. Yeah. So, money is not an issue. It's just brand.
But no, that brand.
That's what happened to Sega too. The brand went down after fucking 32X and Sega CD and Sega Saturn.
So even when they released a good console, it didn't matter because your brand name was in the toilet.
Sega Saturn was a great console. He just had an idiot. I'm sorry. Rest in peace to Bernie Stoller.
Damn.
He didn't want Japanese games. He didn't think Americans cared about Japanese games.
Which is stupid as fuck.
We lost out on all those RPGs. And
that was so dumb.
That sounds like CEO, dumb CEO bullshit. Like, I don't know if it's ego or whatever. But another thing somebody mentioned Japan. I was just going to say that Xbox has never done well in Japan. And it's like, yeah, Japan's not the biggest market, but it's still
But it wouldn't have hurt if you weren't making any money.
Like, what did the Switch sell in Japan? Was it 20 million units or less?
I can check real quick.
The best-selling systems in Japan. It's
like 22, 23.
But to only do you're doing a couple hundred systems a week, and Nintendo and PlayStation's doing 10 to 80,000 a week. 10,000 to 80,000.
36 million.
Oh, Switch did 36 in Japan. Damn.
Yeah, as of this month, 30. No, as of last month, it did 36.
What's the? That's right, Donnie Arts.
What did the 360 sell in Japan? I'm gonna guess that was.
Let's go check.
Couple million.
Let me check.
That was their best-selling system, I think. 360.
Let's see, 1.61 million.
The best-selling Xbox did 1.6, and I'm sure every PlayStation's done probably 10 million in Japan, and it's like that was always going to be like the equalizer, because in North America, the Xbox still is like tied toe to toe.
I shouldn't have looked at the Xbox One sales in Japan. That bummed me out.
Bro. It's still in the hundreds.
It's 114,000. Damn! I shouldn't have looked at that.
100, not 100.
That I shouldn't have looked at that.
They're never going to be able to be number one with not having Japan at all.
Well, you know what? The Series X did a little bit better. It's sold 600,000 units.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a good start. It was
you know why? I think, and a lot of people don't give them credit for it, but I think during the Xbox One era, they did start making genuine strides to
they did.
court the Japanese, and I think they kept that up with the series systems. The problem is Nintendo kind of owns that country at this point, bro. If you ain't shaking hands with Nintendo, you better sit your ass down, bro.
And that's why they wanted to buy Nintendo at one point.
Part of me still thinks they want to do that. Honestly, I think they low-key want to still do that.
Yeah, but it's just not going to happen.
Oh, hell no. Their worth is way higher now. Shit, you can't.
They had a chance to actually do that. But
when they were fumbling, you wanted me when I was down bad. Now that I'm up, it's over, baby. You can't.
Well, that reminded me of something. We're talking about, discrepancies. Like NVIDIA to AMD graphics card sales, it's like over 90% of the market is NVIDIA graphics cards, and less. I don't even think it's 10% of people have AMD cards, and it's at what point does AMD just says, you know what, what's the point, you know? But I still, they probably still do all right. But one thing they always offer is they give you more VRAM, like way more VRAM for same money or cheaper. They still can do that. Like you can buy a 2,000, not 2,000, like $1,000 Nvidia card. It might only have like 8 gigs of RAM still. And like I had an 8 gig RAM AMD card like in 2014 or something. Like, so they offer something that Nvidia doesn't. But then I was talking to my buddy about it, and I was like, he's like, did they renew going to be in the Switch 3? Or are they going to have? I said, yeah, they already signed a deal. I was like, why wouldn't they? The Switch sold 150 million units. Oh, that's just pocket change. I'm like, pocket change? What do you? I'm gonna guess.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna guess they at least made $10 per system. I mean, that's like.
That's disrespectful.
I was like, He goes, oh yeah, it might have been a couple billion. That's just pocket change compared to AI. I'm like,
Bitch, what do you mean?
Oh, they just made they made like 30 million off or 30 billion off of AI, or 300 billion or something off of AI in the last 4 years. That's nothing. Why would they even buy Nvidia? He's like, why would they even bother with? I'm like, dude, like they you don't turn down $2 billion.
Nvidia is worth more than 300 billion.
Whatever it was, it's some huge number.
That's still disrespectful.
Whatever they're like getting providing all this
he
stuff.
Sounds like he wanted to undercut that. That's what he sounds. He sounds like he wanted to undercut their accomplishment.
You don't give up $1 billion in sales because you made 20, whatever. It might have been 20 billion off of that. Like, you don't just throw that away. Like, that's just stupid.
I like my face for $2 billion.
He is so like pro AI. Like, I don't understand like his pro AI. Like
that AI bubble is gonna burst. By the way,
absolutely.
He's like, oh, they're just doing it so they don't have to pay employees. You know, like. I'm like, why are they making robots that look like that are human, that are AI to do manual labor that you need 2 arms and 2 legs for? That makes no sense to replace. Well, they don't have to pay, you know, medical and benefits. I'm like, yeah, but you're gonna have to buy $1 million robot and hope that it doesn't freaking.
Oh, and by the way,
all the support.
You're gonna have to keep it up. You're gonna have to have some kind of crazy amount of money to have infrastructure to keep those robots going.
It's like, I get like robotic arms in a factory to weld that can do precise welding, but have a bipedal, 2 arms, 2 legs AI robot to like carry stuff from one spot to the next. That makes no sense. That's just stupid. That's like we're trying to live in a sci-fi world. We're
not replacing humans. There's way. I mean, the human can do too many intricate things to replace it with a fucking robot. It's like, then it's not gonna happen.
I saw a video. I don't know if it was
a nice
real.
Movie. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But that is not happening.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? 100 years from now, maybe everybody's got a helper for old people to have. But
I don't think these companies are thinking 100 years into the future. They're thinking, maybe 5 years.
It's like, are we not worried about like AI just taking so many people's jobs that no one's going to have any money to buy anything? Like, if you replace all programmers, all customer service, everybody, all these jobs with AI, then how are these people going to be able to afford to buy anything? Like, to keep the economy going? It's just stupid. But
everybody's going to be a billionaire, and there's nobody going to be working. I don't know how you going to pull that shit off, but good luck.
It's crazy to me. It's just
I don't get it. But yeah, I think for me the biggest thing about the Microsoft, Sony's going to go this route as well at some point. The future, like brand wise, I could care less. I couldn't care less. I'm gonna mess that up. I couldn't care less about. I mean, I kind of cared about Xbox brand because even to this day, Microsoft, at least the studios and shit that they own, not Microsoft themselves. I as a gamer, I care way more about their games than I do at Sony games at this point. Sony has all these great IP they don't care about anymore, so I don't care. But going into the future, I can't trust any game that they announce anymore. I can't trust whatever price, because for 3 years, has it been 3 years straight they've raised Game Pass, or it feels like that.
Sure.
I know it's been. I think it's been
at least
2.
2 years straight.
I know 2. I'm not sure about 3.
Yeah, I feel like it's been 3, but I could be wrong on that. But you have the raising of the Game Pass. You have the raising of the consoles. I mean, does that affect me, console? No. Does Game Pass affect me? Yes. because, like I said, I was locked in. This is my Microsoft, or this is my Xbox Mini on the go here, and I'm not gonna have Game Pass past October 13th, so I could care what they do going forward at that point. And so I was on the cusp. I was, I'm the kind of person you want, I think, to continue on. And you
What's the diehard
completely
like?
priced me out.
The guy, let's say somebody's been praising everything Xbox has been doing since like 2016 with day and date PC, Game Pass, the most consumer friendly.
Those people exist.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't. At this point, here's the thing. Like, I watch a lot of Xbox news too. I think one of the bigger kind of like, I don't want to call the man a shill, but he's kind of a shill. It's Colt Eastwood.
Oh shit!
He looked like somebody stabbed him after that announcement. Like, he looked, what he was talking about. I had never seen Colt Eastwood that sad, that unsure of the future when it comes to Xbox. He looked broken after his last video about it. And I'm like, if you lose Colt Eastwood, and you lose Brad Sams, I think his name is, and you lose Destin, wow. You lost those guys, you're in trouble as far as like the core gamers.
You're like losing Colin Moriarty for PlayStation.
Yeah, like losing Colin for PlayStation. Like that. What? That happens? That's crazy to me. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the community and all these people posting their subscriptions being canceled. They're posting. They're like upset. And who are you going to get to replace them?
I think
again, guys who play Fortnite, Call of Duty, old Ubisoft games, that niche is going to replace these guys, these core guys, because not only do they play these games, but they go out there and champion you. They make commercials basically on YouTube for you. That's done at this point.
Well, I used to call them Game Pass thumpers. It was like Bible thumpers. It hasn't been bad the last 2 years.
Game Pass thumpers.
But it was like,
again, I will fight to the death. Game Pass was certainly worth it, even for me, not in poor guy. It was the best game or deal in gaming. It's not that anymore.
I just never understood why are you trying to sell me on Game Pass? It'd be like trying to, if somebody was like, oh, I got Netflix. Oh man, there's so much stuff on Netflix, and they're just trying to convince me to get Netflix. I'd be like, bro, like, I mean, I'm glad you're happy with it, but why are you trying to like? I remember Red Knight.
In convincing you, they justify their purchase.
Well, yeah, well,
that's kind of what it is.
Red Knight literally told me to my face, not to my. I mean, he was talking. I think about
to my fucking face, man.
Because I bought Hellblade for $30, because that's the price the game was. It wasn't on sale. That was the normal price. After I saw it in Nintendo Direct, I was like, oh, I forgot about that game. I looked it up. I watched a bunch of developer videos. All right, I'm buying this game. And he makes a video. He thought it was a $60 game, but he goes, Hellblade's on Game Pass. He's like, you're an idiot if you're going to go out and buy this game when you can just get it on Game Pass for $1. Like, said over and over. And I'm like,
not yours,
is he talking to me? Because he knows I just bought Hellblade, so it must be
the aggression was wild.
I'm just
you're
like,
an idiot.
What is wrong with still buying games? This was 2018. Like, this was 7 years ago. What, all of a sudden buying games is now like you're an idiot if you buy a game?
I don't think
he
believed it that much. I think he was happy to have a dub as an Xbox game.
Yeah.
They are clamoring for that dub. And it was a dub. I will give him that. It was a dub for a while.
But here's the thing, all these people canceled.
So I don't think
these guys that have finally canceled after years, I think like that video Clocked put up of the guy, the skit talking, pretending to be two different people. And he's like, he had Game Pass for 5 years, and then he's like, but you still bought games, right? And he had the realization that he had nothing. None of those games he played, he didn't have access to anything for 5 years worth of games.
He makes funny videos.
I think there's going to be people who are going to cancel their Game Pass after all these years and be like, holy shit, what did all that money? Yeah, you played the game, but now you don't have anything.
I think if that's a legit thing for anybody, you played yourself, son. Like we know what this was. This is a rental service. If you didn't realize that,
I think there's going to be guys that weren't thinking about the future like that. They're just like, oh, I can play this game. I think a lot of guys back then too. Yeah, it was a win every time a game. Like I remember we made a comment when I think Sekiro got added to Game Pass. I don't think it stayed on there super long, but this was like 3-4 years after.
At least 6 months
came out.
I think that's how most games do.
And it's like, oh, I can finally play Well, nothing was stopping you from playing. I picked it up. It was like $30. Nothing was stopping you from playing Sekiro. I just never liked that side of the Game Pass. You have it, enjoy it, whatever. It's fine. But, oh, wow. I can finally play this game now. Like, oh, it had to come to Game Pass for you to play it. Like, that mindset just always.
It ain't like you knew. Now, if you had a list of
and you didn't know if it was going to come, it was because of the Activision.
It was the Game Pass wish list, guys. Come on, chill out.
And then it was like, oh, Octopath Traveler hit Game Pass. Oh,
that pissed me off. I was like, bro, come on.
Really?
You Nintendo losers.
Really? That was the game that you were like, damn, I can't wait for that to hit Game Pass.
Octopath Traveler. Get the hell out.
Not at all.
You probably couldn't even say the name correctly. What the fuck?
I'm sure it does look good in 4K, though.
Come on.
No, it does. It did. When I played it. I at least cut it on and tried it because I was like, all right, I got Game Pass, I might as well fucking use it. But no,
does it matter to you as a person who already bought that game?
Yeah, I'm about to say I own the game.
You can bring your save over. You gonna start all over? No fucking way, I'm doing that. So it's never gonna be a thing for me. Like that was another thing. If you have cross saves, like that's one of the reasons I bought Star Wars Outlaws. Cross saves. I was like, all right, that's cool. I can bring my save over from my Xbox version and play it on Switch on the go. And that was the best way to play that game, unless you have a $1,200 portable PC. Unless you have one of those, it wasn't viable to play that game in a good way. I'm definitely not on Steam Deck. It look doo-doo over there, so
I will say, if nothing else, this experience is kind of I'm glad they raised the price, if no other reason, that it essentially made me realize, y'all taking advantage of motherfuckers right now, because this is getting wild. You can't.
And again, I haven't felt it because I bought Game Pass, a year and a half ago. I stacked that shit, and they were like, I'm talking about like I paid $12-13 for Ultimate, because I stacked them, and so I haven't even felt it in a year. But I definitely would feel $30 on top of all the other shit I've been paying.
We're not even playing that game, bro. Bitch, I can go get a tablet for $360.
I bought Clair Obscur. I mean, these are games I was gonna buy anyway, right? It's just now I got pushed to buy them because I'm not gonna keep up Game Pass.
Oh, I got a steelbook coming for Clair Obscur. We ain't doing that. We repping quality out here, boy. We ain't playing these games.
Clair Obscur, even on Xbox, it's all on the disc. Unbelievable, but it is.
That's a little surprising. All right, GG's.
You don't even need to.
The one thing I'll say. So I haven't openly said it because it was something I've slowly come to the realization I'm going to do. So my gaming setup currently is my Xbox is right here, my Switch 2 is right here, and then my gaming PC is right here. But I didn't have enough space for my PlayStation, so it's up in the front in the living room, and that's how I was doing things like Astrobot and Stellar Blade. I think after I finished Hollow Knight, and I think I bought Pac-Man World 2 on Xbox, they are swapping places. And motherfucker, the PlayStation is gonna get a lot more usage because we ain't playing these games, bro. I'm tired of this. Like,
I think PlayStation 5 might be my last, other than Nintendo console that I buy. After that, I think I'm just gonna lock in on the PC.
Oh yeah, I don't trust Microsoft for nothing as far as like hardware. Not that the hardware is bad. I don't trust that they're gonna properly support their hardware, because the disrespect to this box over here is fucking insane. It feels like it's been happening for over a year that you just don't like your console. And I'm like, so why would I like your console when you don't like your console? You've literally made, out of everything that's an Xbox, you've made the Xbox Series consoles the most unappealing thing to get. If anything, it'd be better just to go buy a fucking laptop and just do that. or a
I
Steam
was
Deck.
gonna say there was a time last year. I want to say last year, not so much this year. Last year, where I was playing multiple Xbox games at once, and I hadn't turned my Series X on for months. I was playing a ton of Xbox games on my fucking Legion Go, and I'm like, damn, I haven't turned this bitch on in months. My Series X, and that's when I knew, that I was like, oh, they really just don't care about this console anymore. So why should I? Why should I? Now, I still love it for what it's done. I still love it for the upgrades to original OG Xbox games. I'm playing OG Xbox games at 4K 60. That's insane that they were able to pull that off. I'll still love it for that. Again, it's great hardware. It is a great console, hardware-wise. But boy, do they not care. Do they not care? Because everything's an Xbox, folks, except for Xbox.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I wonder if the actual physical design being just that, rectangle monolith, if that had any factor on. I mean, I think it's fine, but it's like, I don't know. I think
it's kind of just there.
Yeah, it's very utilitarian.
Sexual appeal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't sure about how consoles started looking more like entertainment center devices. But a lot of people seem to like that. They liked it with at least the PS2. PS3 went away from that, although it kind of wanted to be a kind of a little mini PC.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I forget that bitch is sitting there. It's just so kind of rectangular. It just sits there. There's no, appeal to it visually.
Yeah,
it's super efficient. It's well built.
I think the vents are probably the most appealing. The most thing that sticks out.
You can see the little green kind of tank inside it. That's the coolest shit on it.
That's
I don't see it because I lay mine down.
Oh, do you? I have mine standing up.
I used to have it standing up, but it's not practical.
It would have been cooler if the had green LEDs lighting up the top. You turn it on.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised it doesn't do something. But once again, I think Microsoft doesn't hate their. I think they hate their console, and I think I'm going to stick to that narrative. I genuinely do think they hate that. They hate their console.
Maybe not Phil Spencer, but do you think maybe the higher ups just really don't like gamers, but they just want to try to make money?
Part of me thinks that. To a degree.
It's just revenue. How much are you bringing? I care about like you said earlier, Juice. It's just I got all these people to try to please, and the group of people I care least about pleasing is the fucking gamers because there's a huge portion of them that will not even think about that price increase, and it'll just be hitting their credit card every month, and they won't even think about it. So, sure, there's a core group of us who are like, fuck this. But they think, that's enough to sustain them. That group of people who just won't care and won't even think about it. Because even if you look, I looked online, I think it was on the website itself, and it was telling me I'm about to be hit with a new, next month's increase. And it still had 19 whatever Game Pass is, $18.99 or I don't know what it is. It still had the previous thing for next month. It was showing.
Yeah,
I'm like that's kind of bullshit. Like we know that bitch going up 30. why is it still?
It's called Mr. It's funny if you go in the Microsoft store. If it goes in the Microsoft store, it'll be like join Game Pass and has the money crossed out and says $1, and I'm like, oh, you rat bastards! I see what we've done here.
I think they will do
Christ!
A deal for this, but I think the timing has to do with, obviously Call of Duty. It has to do with, even I think we just mentioned the game earlier, Outer Worlds too. I think it has to do with those. And like, all right, we got to start making our money with this next set of games. We can't continue on this path. It's too good of a deal. It's hurting us. It's hurting what we could make. Yeah, Game Pass is profitable. That means it's making 1 penny. That's profitable. If it makes 1 penny, of over, and that's for profit, right? So
Yeah.
we don't know. I'm sure they want more profit, whatever it is. They want more, but they brag about making 5 billion in revenue on it, and I don't think looking at the games that they get, I don't think the cost is anywhere near 5 billion. I think they're making a significant amount of money, what it is right now, and that's why they just said, "Hey, fuck it, we'll take a chance right now and see if people
Any
will."
chance there's gonna be enough
We're gonna lose some
backlash
people.
where they'll undo it?
Yeah, I don't think they thought the backlash would be this bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's kind of crazy.
Hardcore dudes, hardcore swallowers.
Don't. I hate that. Not the hardcore swallowers.
You know what?
That's crazy.
Listen to watching football games. You want to hear a phrase that every game just crammed it down their throat, or we talk about running the ball right down, right into the middle of the defense. Goodness. They just cram it right down their throat. I'm like, dude, you guys quit saying that, like, please.
Oh man, yeah, please don't say that.
Not down the throat.
Every game they say it at least once.
The Patriots happen to have a wide receiver named Booty. Booty wide open.
What about
I hear that shit all the time. I'm like, oh my god, stop doing
Booty wide
open.
Hey, yo, that's wild.
Wide open, I've heard it in 3 games now. It's still
tight end wide
as
open.
funny as the first time I heard it. Booty's wide open.
On that note, we'll get out of here.
Football, so sus.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's after
I mean,
9.
Xbox, I will say their controllers have been like pretty good at function. I had one when I was playing Rocket League. The A button was an issue for me on a couple controllers, but overall, I mean, the controllers have been pretty solid from Xbox.
One of my favorite controllers ever. The Series controller is one of my favorites of all times. It's a great controller. It's a great console, but they don't care. They do not care.
We do not care.
Yeah, it's the Stephen A meme. We do not care.
He's like, let me tell you guys right here, right now, we don't care.
I love the Michael Jordan one. Like, get some help.
Brian Jordan.
Oh no,
yeah.
Get some help. We still use that meme like crazy. That meme still is hilarious.
And Michael Jordan hates it. He talked about it recently.
But it's so funny. It's so funny.
It is funny.
I know you're mad, but god damn it, it's hilarious.
I've seen a new one. Somebody was using it. Somebody was like, it was a clip where like somebody insulted somebody, but it was like their friend or something, and it cut to some like chubby, like probably 8-year-old kid who's looked like he's playing Call of Duty or something, and he's like, friendly fire or something like that, and the way he cut it into it was so fucking hilarious. I wish I could find that. I don't know why it just hit me, but anyway, we'll get out of here. I might try to play some games before next week's podcast. Silk Song. I got to Act 2. I got to Act 3 in Expedition 88 or 33, whatever, like like 5 weeks ago.
88, yeah. Where did that come from? The crazy 88 from.
Yeah, what the fuck? Not the 88. That fucked me up.
I haven't played Shinobi.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done with Hollow Knight. I've finally figured out. I finally gotten to like the last area where I had to open up the seal. I've opened up 2 of the 3 seals, and I'm at the area where you open up the 3rd seal. And I think after that, I can just go fight the boss, from my understanding. So
I don't even remember the final boss.
I'm gonna go grind probably a couple extra health bars or whatnot, but after that, it's go time. And then I got Pokemon in 2 weeks, so it's.
You getting that?
I think it's. Oh yeah, the fuck.
I was looking forward to fucking Ninja Gaiden 4, and now I guess I'm gonna have to buy it.
I guess I'm gonna have to buy my video games.
I remember one of those games that came out, Silent Hill F released. Just like I didn't know it was coming out, and sounds like it's pretty good. I don't think it's like as good as the 2 remake, but that came out. I want to say last week, maybe I might pick it up. I don't know. I always get the end of the year push, like in like November. I start feeling like shit. I need to play a couple more games, and I put in a lot of time. And right now I'm at Expedition 33, Shinobi and Silksong, and Mario Kart World and DK. So 5 games I've played. I haven't finished. I've only finished DK.
What? Oh, you did finish DK? I forgot you finished DK.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't care for that. The final boss.
What?
We had the two stages of it that were the same kind of. The second stage was getting pretty frustrating.
Oh my god!
I found it pretty frustrating.
Fine, it is what it is. I'm not gonna
if you want to talk, if you're talking about the actual boss mechanics, I thought it was blah. But you know, the actual boss is cool.
Fine.
The fight wasn't anything special.
Everybody knows at this point. Everybody knows.
Oh, you know?
I didn't want to know, but a fucking thumbnail.
Yeah, the thumbnails were wild.
I mean, that
the
part,
thumbnails were wild.
Who it was awesome, but the actual fight.
I like the fight. I'm mad.
I
like the fight.
Fine. I didn't like doing it again.
What a beautiful surprise that would have been. I'm so.
Oh, dude, it was. I was like, God damn it, God damn it, and the level that leads into it does. You know what? I'm gonna stop. I don't want to.
I felt like, look, from the beginning of the game, when I started playing, I'm like, you're not the guy. Like I felt like.
Well, it's not even that. If you notice,
like,
if you've seen the clips of the level that leads to the fight, all the enemies you've been fighting at that point, like the skeletons and shit, they're actually just fucking DKO. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, that's so good. Damn it! Like what the fuck?
And they
now it is what it is.
I felt like they wasted the setting of the very final fight. It was just kind of a background. It could have been maybe a partial level or something, but
I'm gonna just say I like that fight. That's all I'm gonna say.
You should be able to sue people over that shit. Putting that shit in your thumbnail, like I can't.
I mean, you could.
Like I'm so mad about that.
Well, getting back to Pokemon though, Josie Woe played it at PAX or whatever, and she said it was really fun to play.
Yeah, we've never had a battle system like that, so that's what I'm very curious about.
I just can't get over the aesthetics. Like, just let me be out in the wilderness again, and I would have bought it.
Yeah, that's what killed it for me. I probably
I get it. It's different. I'm not gonna. Hey, listen, everyone got their thing. I'm not gonna hate on it for it. I'm just, for me, I need that. I don't think I've played. I think the last Pokemon game I bought was Scarlet and Violet, and that's been like 3 years, man.
You gonna lock me into this Game World City or GameCube City? And
no.
You gonna lock me into this? I can't see no.
No, I'm tired, bro. If I would have to do this, get my ass whooped in this call again.
You gonna lock me into this?
Why do you just pull out fucking? Bro, I'm about to go, dog. That's crazy.
I mean,
this man. I've been streaming that one. Fuck you, dog.
What's wrong with catching Pokemon in the grass with like a big waterfall in the background and being in the woods? Like, what was wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it, but you can't do that for every game.
Well, you can have the city too. You don't have to have it all be. You could have like a city area.
Well,
and then have wilderness areas.
I need to get my hands in the game before I really comment on the city, because I have my reservations, but I'm excited. So we're gonna give it a shot.
Launch trailer. That's overview trailer. That is 6 minutes.
Yeah, I watched it. I'm excited. I'm ready. I just want to get my hands on the game at this point. And it comes out next Friday.
They had more time, so it doesn't look like they just copy pasted all the textures.
No, that was the other reason. That was the other reason why I was excited, because it wasn't like let's just give you the same game twice thing.
Even though if you're looking at the little market there, and you got the stands with like vegetables. I mean, they're not going all in with the little details, but overall, the game looks clean on Switch 2 for sure. At 60 FPS.
That's like the best praise you can ever get from fucking.
But the buildings are pretty. You know, they're pretty basic when you really look at all the city buildings.
Look at all these goddamn rectangles wasting my motherfucking time.
Loving this game. Go play it. Go play it.
Oh, so
Out the midnight.
Funny thing is, I had that on Game Pass and I never got a chance to like play it. I'm gonna wait until I get some free time.
I had on PlayStation Plus that I had
discounted right now. You get it. You can get it for what Silksong probably should have charged. You can get it for $30. So, hop on that, bro. I will.
And I'm really missing out on these rooftop battles. This exciting street battle.
I hate you so much.
What's that PlayStation game? The girl
Which one?
and the Majora's Mask and
Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
And,
Oh yeah, Kena.
South of Midnight feels a lot like that.
Yeah,
game.
I've heard that.
There's a lot
I
of
heard
similarities.
comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, all right, we'll get out of here. Said that a while ago, but we'll finally do it. We'll see you guys.
Give a prayer for Xbox.
Don't do that. Sing it.